Okay, this is Ronnie, I'm back. I'm done being sad. Now I'm going to explain some things about engineering degrees, computer degrees, networking degrees. They don't mean shit, alright? This quad is one they're copying, alright? But this runs, this runs a 4S, the one they copied, which I kind of know the people. I said in Shenzhen, LDRC, which was King Kong. This is my design, and I have GPS inside here and everything. You can watch me flying this thing for the last 9 months, on and off, last frickin' winter, way before I started and took. What this thing is set up with is this frame, okay? Now these are the guts and the computer brains, and they're very, very small. There's my hand, okay? Yeah, and here's the other part. Here are the little guards that go on there once you put on the motors, so I can show you. And these are LDRC parts, ET115 kit, okay? The original ET115 that everybody hated. And you can't make the freaking 90 fly. You can't make the 125 fly. There ain't no point in having it, all right? Oh, watch the videos. Look up LDRC1, the ET125 6 months ago. Just go on YouTube and look. They all hated it because when they fly it, it's got ducts around the props, right? Oh yeah, but yeah, you can bang it and stuff, but yeah, it will dip. It dips. Whatever you do, you can't really fly it acro, you can't do stuff. It dips, it dies, it is blah. I'm running beta flight 3.0.1 on here, okay? 3.2 was out already, but I don't know nothing about programming. I don't have any paperwork. I don't have any degree on anything about how to frickin' weld, alright? But I'm a very smart man. And I'm old. I'm 54 years old, okay? Beta Flight is open source, which nobody knows. Android, the phone's Android open source, which means anybody, any open source programming means anybody can go in, type in a developer, even on your own Android phone, your Samsung frickin' $700,000 phone. You can go into the settings, set up, type in your developer, and then you can go in and change the frickin' code. Not just the programming, you can see the whole codes of every line of code that makes your phone run. And you can change the ones and zeros and square it up. Okay, I'm running Beta Flight. That's what I believe they're running on the boards. And I'm running an F4. That's a Screamer board, but I'm not going to tell them what it is because they're making it. But I am running LDRC motors. But I'm not going to even say what KV they are. They just came out. You had to find them, and I found them, and they're LDRC motors, just like LDRC frame. This is where I started from, all this, when I built that. And this has GPS. You can watch me fly. You can see I have full video, full GPS location, everything. And they said you cannot make one of these fly. You watch the ones they sent out, the 115s, the 90s, the 125. Yeah, they're okay to bump into. No Weibos. They were 2S, 7.5 volts. Okay, but you can't make them fly. Even if people tweet, oh no, you cannot make any ducted quadcopter. But it's not a duct. It's a guard on these, but they're a ducted guard. If you look, they're curved. You cannot make them fly. No matter what you do, they will not fly correct. With Beta Flight, the butterfly, no, you can't make them work. Well, that's just a bunch of frickin' idiots, okay? Because I got frickin' proof. Watch me flying this thing, it does not twitch, it does not dip, it don't do shit. Oh, use Betaflight and change the settings in Betaflight, blah, blah, and then reverse your props, and that helps take care of the dip or what. No, you know what? They're all a bunch of bullshit artists that don't know shit about PIDs, and they show you how to set your PIDs and shit, but they don't know how to do programming, all right? I don't have a piece of paper that says I know shit, but I know programming, and it's open source. I don't go into a regular program and use their adjustments. I find what's wrong, and then, you know what? You have to go in and find the lines of code, and then you find the correct line of code that you think is affecting the actuators on the P's, on the E's, on the I's, on the D's, on the bullshit. And you go changing the ones and zeros in the line of the code, all right? Which is awesome. Open source. You can do this. Betaflight. Open source. You can go in, just change, you can go in and change any piece of code you want. Not out of the program. Yeah, everybody on YouTube shows you how to do the program setup that's set up already. They don't know a fucking thing about how to make shit fly if that don't work. They don't know how to go in and change the regular ones and zeros on the program. Ugh. I don't have a piece of paper that says I know shit, but I know how to do that. Because that's why this little pardon my language, that's why they're copying this little motherfucker that I built. And I had to go in on Betaflight. Yeah, Betaflight 3.52 or 3 is out now. This is running Betaflight 3.0.1. And there's no dipping, there's no shuddering, there's no bullshit. And it flies because it's called open source. And I went and found, not in the command line, if anybody knows it, I changed the fucking program of Betaflight, alright? I changed 2 lines of code with a couple ones and zeros, and you think I'm ever going to tell anybody what those are? No. I'll show you how it flies. You can see how it flies. There's no dip, no jacking around. You wait till this one comes out. And now Betaflight 3.5 or whatever's out. I'm still going to be running the guards, but I'm thinking about taking the guards off because I'm getting better. You know, and I got all that inside this little canopy. This is what I started with my own motors, my own design, my own bought-in boards, and, 4-in-1 ESCs. That's what I started with this one. I said, they're selling a 3S. This runs 4S. I can pump 5S through it if I want to. Not a problem. You just got to be able to program it. And I want to explain something to everybody that doesn't know anything about open source or closed source. Android. Basically, Android phones are open source. That means anyone that has an Android phone or Android TV box or Android tablet, they can go and directly themselves tap into their own cell phone. Like this one right here, I'm pointing at mine. I can plug into my laptop. And the way my Android phone is running right now, if I don't like it, I don't have to just change settings. I can go in, click on the button that says developer, and then I can get all the full ones and zeros and the codes of every freaking line that makes this phone work. And I can change them, and you can mess them up. Okay? It's called the programmer's open source programming. Betaflight is the same way. Butterflight is supposedly the same way when it comes to quads like that. You can do anything in program and mess with the ones and zeros. Your cell phone comes with settings that you can change. Android, you can go in and reprogram the programming of those settings. Now, closed source is Apple. Anybody that has Apple is a freaking idiot. Apple has probably 500 people off the planet that they think are the best and program their closed source programming. There is no way anybody that buys an Apple can go in and change their settings except what Apple lets you do on their phone, except what Apple says. And if you want to have the other shit changed, you get a hold of Apple, and they'll say, we can't do it because they're fucking morons. Apple has probably 500 to 1,000 people, technicians, working closed source. Keep it all secret, and they got to go through us. And you're paying like $1,000 to $1,500 for a fucking phone. And if you got a problem, you got to go through them motherfuckers. You can't have anybody outside work on your phone. You can't have anybody do anything on your phone. You can't change shit on your phone. Now, here's a question. Android is open source. Anybody, anytime, anywhere, if they want to, can get into their own programming on their own phone, on their own tablet, on their own TV box, whatever, okay? This is true. It's open source, all right? Anyone. Now, I said, Apple maybe has 1,000 high-tech assholes that they pay up the ass to keep their shit secret, and everybody buys Apple because they're top-of-the-line shit, and that's what's the best on the planet, and that's what sells, right? Well, you're wrong. Apple, all of Apple, their computers, their laptops, their freaking cell phones, their tablets, their bullshit, whatever. Apple has 1/100th of 1% of the market in the world, okay? Apple is a big name, big joke bullshit, and it's closed source. They got maybe 1,000 high-tech fuckers working on their shit. Android is 99.98% of every frickin' electronic, over the airwaves, tablets, Android systems are 99.98% of world sales, world control. And they are open source. That means anybody like me that likes to play, not their job, not getting paid for it, that likes to play and make stuff work, can go right in and change programming for phones, for setup. So for IT people, Apple, say they got 1,000, maybe they got 2,000 IT techs, top of the line supposedly all over the world, okay? Android's open source. There's over 150 million. Well, China, in China, just the population is 1.6 billion, so there's probably well over 1 billion people that know how to do programming in open source and play with Android and set it up and change it, like I do. Open source, like when I play with these boards that control these things. They're open source. Betaflight's open. Yeah, but you just can. What would you rather have, 1,000 people and pay $2,000 for a junk phone, where 1,000 people can fucking work on it and design it, and it's all super secret, and they're making money up the ass off of it, and you got to take it to an Apple store or something, take the shit, and you're paying like $50. No, it's just, you got more dollars than cents, okay? You got more money than brains. 99.98+% run Android, and yeah, you can make them really cheap, you can make them really good. But like I said, just on the planet, there's got to be over 6 billion people that are programmers that can design and set this stuff up and make it work. You know, but yeah, Apple and their big closed source shit, you know, just like at work where I work. I'm not going to name where I work, but they run PLCs yet. Programmable logic controls is a factory. Programmable logical controls, PLCs, run ladder logic. They've been around since 1958, I believe, is when they use, and they're still using them motherfuckers. I'm going, why aren't you using programmable chips and computers and controls and actuators? This little motherfucking board in that one and this one run over 7 times of what your $100,000 automobile, your Cadillac, your Lincoln right now, whatever, your pickups. There's more computing ability and more speed and more access and more shit to run these 4 little motors and all this shit and make it work. And I said, unbelievable speeds running 32,000 freaking kilohertz, and that's slow, all right? Not to mention the ESC controls compared to an automobile. There is more technology in this than any vehicle on the freaking road. I'm about ready to mention that there's more computing ability in this or that than an F1 race car, and that's pushing it. But if I check, I'll tell you if I'm wrong. But at the speeds at what these things can do, and just the ESCs, millions and millions of times a second, okay? Automobiles and shit. But this is all open source. They run PL Heli motor controls units that are under here. Anybody that don't get it, but yeah, if you're an Apple freak, you're just looking for a hot shot, and you're a fucking idiot, right? That's my point of view. More fucking dollars than cents. Their screen ain't no frickin' better. They've been hacked and broke into more, and you got maybe 1,000, 2,000 people working on it. Android, open source, 99.98% of the world runs Android, and it's all open source. You got over, if there's 1.6 billion people in China, okay, if there's 5 billion people that know about computers and programming in the world, that's who can work on Android, and that's who does it. Nobody gets paid for it. Google takes the shit over. Google's running all the programs and the shit on fucking Android, but Android is still open source. And Google and Yahoo and all these fuckers, they're all together now, and they're trying to take over and they want to make it closed source just like fucking Apple does their shit. Ain't gonna happen. They'll go down the tubes. If you fuck with Apple, you're a fucking idiot. But yeah, I did really good. You can't make these little motherfuckers fly without dipping, crawling, fucking up. And I fly like shit, but watch my videos. Go back, look at my fucking Facebook videos. Just go to other under video, and you'll see me flying them. You can tell this one's got open props, this one don't. When I'm learning and teaching and reprogramming myself and doing things. But I change ones and zeros, and I don't have a piece of paper that says I know how to do any of it. I'm an eccentric genius, and I'm an old man. And I love music, and I love driving big trucks and tractors and farming, I'm a freak. How come you ain't so rich? Why ain't you a big hotshot? Because I'm comfortable. I'm happy where I am. That's why. When you can find your real happiness in your life where you're comfortable, I have bad days, and if I want to move up or go up, I'll go up. If I want to retire and go down, I'll go down. It don't matter. But it's reality. But yeah, that's my design right there. LDRC 115. Everybody hated the 115, didn't fit for shit. Guess what? They're selling them. I don't know. I think they're probably $190. But yeah, they're kind of my friends there in China. They let me know they watched my videos because I sent them to them. I said, here, look, here's what you can do with one of these. You need to bump it up a little bit and get your programming. Nobody will believe me on that, but, there's no proof because it's through China and it's illegal. It ain't illegal as fuck, but yeah, to China, for me to send messages to China is no problem. I said I was the first, United States person ever to make QQ work, where I could talk to people in China through QQ, which is their Facebook, which was, over like 11 years ago. I found a way to go through it and make it work. Now it's WeChat and it's Weibo and all that other shit. Yeah, but yeah, I can get in through that too, but now everybody can do it. Ask my wife, what? When she came here, she couldn't even get to America and talk to me from QQ. But yeah, when I got here, it took me about a month of finishing up on the touches because I couldn't read Chinese and she could. And we worked together and I got her all down pat. I am the first American, as far as I know, that made QQ work in the United States without being blocked. And she will agree with me, I'm sure. And yeah, WeChat's wide open now. Go to WeChat and do whatever you want. But you'll be blocked on the other side going through unless you know what you're doing. But yeah, anybody that has so much money they're stupid and waste it on shit just to make it look cool because their neighbors got it or that'll make them look neat. As I said, you got more dollars than cents, you're a fucking idiot. Learn the technology, learn what you're buying, look at what you got, look at your options. Then do whatever you want. But I'm just putting it out. But yes, this is on YouTube right now. The ET-115 from LDARC that has 3 different canopies, but that is my setup that I let them know about. And I went, hey, here's what you can do with this little thing. And this is what I started with. These pieces, LADRC pieces. I am the one that designed and built what they're copying. And they're only going 3S. I said, this does 4S, okay? And it's got GPS and everything in it. This little part here is going to be a bigger screamer. I'm debating on putting on the guards or just putting bigger props and really maxing stuff out of it. But yeah, I just play, and I will reprogram Beta Flight, whatever. I just don't program the programming. Like, no offense to Joshua Bardwell and all the other guys, they just read the freaking goddamn notes and go, here's how it's set up. But I don't know if Bardwell knows how to program a fucking thing. I do. I know how to go in. He knows how to use CLIs on their pre-programmed programs, but how do you go and write code? Hey, Bardwell, if you see this, let me know if you know how to write code. No, he's smarter than shit, and he's awesome as shit. He's cool as hell, man, and he takes a lot of heat for what he does. Joshua Bardwell, watch him. Watch him on YouTube. He flies quads, and yeah, and he's smart. I don't know if he knows programming, but he knows his shit about quads bigger than Dallas. He has his point of view, I got mine, but yeah. He even said, too, there ain't no way you can ever make a quad that's got ducted frickin' propellers, which they're not really ducts, but they are. Fly. It's cool shit. Bardwell's cool, yeah. Joshua Bardwell. Look him up. And look up Rotor Riot. And look up Drone Camps. Because he's got, like, the brand new E-115 3S I never got to watch yet. Look them up. I'll put up other hits. I don't make no money. These guys do that shit for a living. I said, here's the shit they copied. Mine right here. Here's what LDARC has copied from what I kind of let them know. I said, I got friends in Shenzhen and at Yangtze and, and I fly and I got a VPN so I can get videos to them and shit and go, here's what you need to do. And I don't ask them for any money back because there's no copyright. But yeah, I've been doing it for almost a year with this little motherfucker. And you can watch the videos they're putting out now with this 115 that was the biggest piece of shit right in the middle nobody wanted. And they're running 3S. And they're just loving the fuck out of it here. Mine will walk all over the motherfuckers because I'm the original. No bullshit. Yeah. Don't worry. Be who you are. Don't bullshit. What I don't know, I don't know. What I do know, I do know. And I got videos to prove it. I don't have a piece of paper to say I was smart because I wasn't dumb enough to spend 30 fucking grand for a fucking 2 or 4 year piece of paper that don't mean shit. Be out partying. Fuck it. That's what everybody else does now. They all want something for nothing. Prove what you can do. It don't matter if you got paper or not. Just show the motherfuckers what you can do. And if you do good, you'll be alright. If you do bad, they'll let you know. And then learn to be better. Just be the best you can be, man. That's all you can do. But don't be afraid of being who you are. Even if you're different. I don't fit in anywhere and never have, never will. And I felt really bad about that for 3/4 of my life, but I don't anymore. I am who I am, and you don't like it. You got your point of view, I got my point of view, but look what the hell I can do. I got Chinese fucking companies copying my shit. And I'm just a stupid truck driver, farmer, forklift driver, whatever, shag driver. Yeah, I don't have a fucking degree in nothing. It don't mean I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So remember that when you look at other people, even if you talk to them, if they don't go into depth about what they do, don't think they're super smart. The dumbest lying motherfuckers are the ones that talk their shit about how much they fucking know, okay? Yeah, from my experience. The ones that tell you right up front, here's what I do, and I got all these degrees, and I do all this. They're the biggest bullshit artists on the planet. The ones that are quiet and hang out in the corners and are hermits and just tinker are the smartest motherfuckers on the planet, and they just enjoy the shit out of it. But yeah, they're kind of hard if you want to have relationships with them because you gotta be like totally honest with people like me. We don't take... Oh yeah, I gotta talk about farmersonly.com and shit too, but yeah, it's getting late. I gotta take a shower and go to bed. But yeah, there's my scoop. You think I'm a fucking liar, watch my videos and then watch drone camps and shit and whoever else and see when they come out with the LDARC3S. I'm running 4S with GPS and shit, but guess where they got it? Yeah, I'm awesome. And I never told them about the ones and the zeros that I changed on Beta Flight 3.0.1 to make it fly right. I want to see if what they're running probably Beta Flight 3.5 bootleg. Well, it ain't really bootleg because it's open source out of China. We'll see how these little parts fly the way they got them built because I already got them. I'm ahead of them by like 10 months, right? I'm ahead of the curve. Cool breeze. Have a good one, and yeah, I'm happy, but y'all say a prayer for Zipperhead, my cat, will you? Tell him to be cool, and he'll be fine the other side with my other buddies, like Kira Joe, Keisha, and, oh yeah, there's so many of them, you know. I said, I just got animal friends. I never had kids, so. Yeah, but that's good, just, you know, the Rainbow Bridge, if anybody knows what the Rainbow Bridge, ever seen that in a photo or something, there you go. Yeah. And I'll be there on the other side for Zipperhead too. Alright, man. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for listening. But I'm just telling the truth. You know, prove me wrong, prove me wrong. Have a good one. Wish you all the best. Love and God's love and the universe just be good to all you, I hope. If you're not an asshole. If you're an asshole, you deserve shit. If you do the best you can, and really try, and really mean it, God and the universe will watch out for you. It'll come out okay. Cool breeze, man. Have a good one. Bye.